everyone, this is Karen.
Hi everybody, I am Shane.
Today we're looking at part 2 of Save the Whales to Save the World. And the vocabulary words are tragically.
Tragically.
Tragically, David could not afford the treatment for his son's disease.
Kind of sad. Commercial.
Commercial.
These photos are not meant for commercial use.
Species.
Species.
The island is home to countless species of plants and animals.
Regulation.
Regulation.
According to the safety regulations, fire exits must be clearly marked.
Vital.
Vital.
Protection of the rainforests is vital to the health of our planet. So we're still talking about saving these whales and how we can definitely benefit because they're so good for our environment.
Yeah, we're talking about they can make a lot of money from whale watching. Have you ever gone whale watching?
Yes, and it's great, you know. I love watching whales.
Me too. And when you see them so close to you, you realize how big they are. And we were talking about how much carbon dioxide they can collect and help to basically save the planet.
That's right.
So we have to prevent people from killing whales.
But what are some of the reasons why people want to kill, you know, the adorable animals?
Yeah, well, I know like in Japan, they like to use whale meat, right? They like to
eat whale
it.
meat.
Yeah. So I think just having stricter regulations and really, I think people just need to be educated about the importance of saving whales.
And also, I think killing them and trying to eat them, that's one thing. And also, pollution is another problem. You know, because of the chemical that's released into the ocean or plastic garbage. That's also killing the adorable whales.
So, okay, everybody, I want you to go online, find out what you can do to protect the whales, and then that means you will protect us.
That's right.
And our planet.
And it will definitely be a win-win situation.
All right.
Okay, enjoy.
Enjoy.
Save the whales to save the world.
At one time, millions of whales roamed the world's oceans. Tragically, commercial whaling between the 1600s and the mid-1900s brought many whale species close to extinction.
Today's lesson is called Save the Whales to Save the World, Part 2. Hi everyone, my name is Jeff.
And I'm Mike. Yeah, it's Part 2, and in Part 1 of our Save the Whales to Save the World article, we learned basically that whales are amazing at cleaning CO2 out of the atmosphere. Not only do they do it through eating in their own bodies, but the foods that they eat when released also help to absorb CO2. And of course, CO2 is one of the leading causes of global warming.
That's true. Now, here's something that's very sad. Okay, we humans have hunted whales almost to extinction. Okay, so we need to bring these whales back from the brink of extinction. We need to save the whales. We need to return the world to the way it once was. Because yes, at one time, millions of whales roamed the world's oceans. There were whales everywhere, but then we, us humans, we started killing them. Yeah, tragically, commercial whaling between the 1600s and the mid-1900s brought many whale species close to extinction. Okay, between the 1600s and the 1900s there, we almost killed all the whales, or we brought many whale species to very close to extinction. Anyways, we've got 3 vocabulary words to talk about here. First of all, we have the adverb tragically. If something is tragic, that's the adjective. It's really, really bad. It's really, really sad. So the adverb is tragically. Tragically means in a way that is tragic, really sad. What I want to say here is, holy Lord, this is so sad. The fact that we've almost killed all the whales, that's tragic. That's terrible. Anyways, for example, tragically, David could not afford the treatment for his son's disease.
Oh, that's really sad.
That's so sad.
Absolutely. Now, we also had this word commercial in that last sentence. Commercial is an adjective, and it basically just relates to business, to businesses buying things, selling things, people buying things from the business. We often use this in kind of a general sense. We might talk about this area of the city is a commercial area. So in a commercial area of a city or a town or even your local neighborhood, that's the area you would expect to find most of the shops, stores, and things like that. It wouldn't be places you would find mostly homes or places you would find mostly factories and big buildings, big power stations. That would be industrial. The places with the homes would be residential, and the places with the businesses that people go to on a daily basis would be the commercial area of the city. All right, so commerce, commercial, these relate to businesses, people buying things and things like that. For example, these photos are not meant for commercial use. It's not meant to be bought and sold and used in advertising. These photos are just for personal use. Pictures of my family. I don't want to sell them.
You're not supposed to make money off these photos. That's weird. Yeah. Anyways, next we have the word species to talk about. It's a noun. Over the years, scientists have classified animals. Animals, plants, all living things on Earth, okay? Usually you start with a kingdom, let's say. Animals, for instance, and then you work your way down. You become more and more specific, okay? When you get to the bottom, you have species. You have a small group of animals that can reproduce with one another and make viable young, okay? The species, that's going to be the furthest down you can go in terms of specificity when grouping animals and plants and stuff like that. For example, the island is home to countless species of plants and animals.
Very nice.
Sounds good to me as well. All right, folks, with that, it's time for us to take a break, but don't go away. We'll be right back after this.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。鲸鱼过去被人们猎杀到濒临绝种，没想到啊，它们竟然是捕碳高手，可以帮忙去除空气中的碳。所以说，要拯救地球，或许拯救鲸鱼会比种树更具有成本效益。好，那我们应该试着把鲸鱼从绝种边缘救回来。Trav 老师在开场的时候用到 brink 这个字，就表示边缘 ，brink。我们常用来表达像什么死亡的边缘啊、危险边缘等等，就用 brink 来表达边缘。好，那么今天的课文一开始提到，曾经有数百万头的鲸鱼漫游在世界海洋里，但不幸的是，从17世纪到20世纪中叶的商业捕鲸活动，让很多鲸鱼物种濒临绝种。这边用到3个单字 ，tragically， 它表示不幸地、悲惨地，是当副词 ，commercial 表示商业的。我们课文用到 commercial whaling。Commercial whaling 表示商业捕鲸，这个 whaling 就是 whale 去一加 ing 表示捕鲸的意思。好，另外麦克老师在解释单字时提到，城市里面可能会有 commercial area 就是商业区，还有提到 residential area 住宅区 ，industrial area 表示工业区。下一个单字 species。也是可以念作 species， 它表示物种。这个字的单复数同形。那 Jeff 老师提到，同物种之间可以交配繁殖，生下来的胎儿是可以存活的。这时候老师用到 reproduce，reproduce 表示繁衍生殖。还有用到 viable。viable 可以用来形容胎儿是可以存活的，能够养活的。这个字也可以用来形容事物，它是实际可行的。好，补充单字 roam 是当动词，表示漫游、漫步徜徉的意思。接回到课文中。
Save the whales to save the world.
Starting in the 1970s, careful management of whaling began. Many species are recovering, but the giant animals still face major threats. One is continued hunting despite international regulation. For example, in Japan, scientific kills are carried out, often an excuse to get whale meat, which is considered a delicacy. Public outcry has pressured many countries to limit or end whaling, and experts believe a new way to make money from whales, whale watching, will also be effective. However, another threat may be harder to solve: pollution. Whales are affected by pollution from chemicals, noise, and the huge amounts of plastic and garbage that end up in the oceans.
From about the 1600s to the 1950s or so, the mid-1900s, people were hunting whales, and they brought many whale species to the brink of extinction. But things turned around in the 1970s, apparently. Yes, starting in the 1970s, careful management of whaling began. Whew. Good. We stopped killing all of the whales.
That's right. The United Nations got a lot of governments from around the world to cut back or completely ban whaling. And this was a good thing, and it led to good results. It says many species are recovering, but the giant animals still face major threats. So some of the species of whales that were almost gone in the 1950s and 60s, like the humpback or the right whale, the baleen whale, I think also was near extinction. They're back. Their numbers are coming back. So some of these new policies did work, but it doesn't mean that whales are completely safe. They still face problems. It says one is continued hunting despite international regulation. Yeah, international regulations say that you can't hunt whales except for scientific research purposes. So some countries like Norway, Iceland, Japan, they use that special regulation to continue to hunt whales, even though some of them end up in restaurants and shops. Anyways, let's talk about this word regulation, because when we're talking about governments and policies and laws, regulation is a word we often use. Basically, this is a noun that means a rule. A law is a regulation. A rule in your school, even if it's not a law, is still a regulation. It's something that someone has set, and if you follow it, you'll avoid trouble. If you break it, you'll face some trouble, and they do it to kind of control things and stop things from kind of getting out of control and being a bit crazy. We need regulations for driving, for example, so that people can safely travel on the roads. The example sentence says, according to safety regulations, fire exits must be clearly marked. And if the firemen come to your building and you don't have the fire exits clearly marked, you break the regulation and you might have to pay a penalty.
Anyways, you mentioned Japan earlier. Yes, for example, in Japan, scientific kills are carried out, often an excuse to get whale meat, which is considered a delicacy. So notice the word scientific here is being put into quotes, which means that these aren't really scientific kills. The Japanese say they are, but they're not really scientific at all. These kills, these whale kills, are carried out to make sure that people can have whale meat, which is kind of bad and kind of sad. Anyways, public outcry has pressured many countries to limit or end whaling, and experts believe a new way to make money from whales, whale watching, will also be effective. I like that. You can make money off the whales, and you don't need to kill them. You can just look at them, observe them. That's nice.
However, another threat may be harder to solve: pollution. So hunting is a problem, but the numbers of whales being hunted today is much less than before. But the amount of pollution that whales and all of us have to deal with today is much worse. Pollution's a big problem. How does pollution affect these giant animals, though?
Apparently, whales are quite sensitive to pollution. Get this, whales are affected by pollution from chemicals, noise, and the huge amounts of plastic and garbage that end up in the oceans. Yes, there are many forms of pollution, and whales apparently are sensitive to many of them. That's too bad. All right, folks, it's time for us to take a short break, but don't go away. We'll be right back after this.
Mike 老师刚刚提到几种鲸鱼的名称，像是 humpback whale 座头鲸、right whale 陆脊鲸、baleen whale 须鲸等等。过去有不少种类的鲸鱼都曾经濒临绝种。那么从1970年代开始， 我们就开始对这个捕鲸活动有仔细的管理。那很多物种都正在复苏，但是这些巨大物种呢，还是面临着重大的威胁。第一个威胁就是，尽管有了国际法规，那某些国家还是继续猎捕。像在日本，他们有所谓的科学猎杀，注意有加个引号，科学猎杀，它往往是假借科学的名义，那实质上是要取得鲸鱼肉的借口。因为在日本和其他地方，鲸鱼肉被认为是美味佳肴。好，我们先来看单字 regulation。regulation 表示规定、规则。那补充单字 delicacy。delicacy 它表示美食佳肴。那么课文接着提到说，大众的强烈抗议已经迫使那些国家限制或是终止捕鲸活动了。可是还有另外一个威胁可能更难解决了，那就是污染，像化学物质啊、噪音，还有最终会流入海洋的大量塑胶跟垃圾。好，我们这边来看一个补充单字是 outcry。outcry 它表示强烈抗议或是大声疾呼的意思。接话课文中。
Save the whales to save the world.
These giants of the sea are vital to the future health of our planet. If whale populations increase to where they were before commercial whaling, whales could capture an estimated 1.7 billion tons of carbon per year. It might be an impossible dream, but it's one definitely worth fighting for.
All right, everyone, let's start to wrap up our article on whales. These giants, these gentle giants of the sea, are vital to the future health of our planet. So I'll say it again, save the whales. Now, here we have the fifth vocabulary word of today's lesson, the adjective vital. If something is vital, it's extremely important. It's critical. It's something that you can't do without. You have to have these things or this thing. And here we figured this out. If you save the whales, you will save the planet. So take it easy on the whales. Whales are vital to the health of planet Earth. Anyways, for example, protection of the rainforests is vital to the health of our planet.
Absolutely. That's another thing that we need to protect. But back to the whales. It says if whale populations increased to where they were before commercial whaling, whales could capture an estimated 1.7 billion tons of carbon per year. That's a lot. Yeah. So we're going back to the 1600s, like they said in the article, when millions of whales were out there in the oceans swimming around. If we could get back to those numbers, 1.7 billion tons of carbon would be saved every year. And you can add that on year, and the more whales, the more carbon. This would be a good thing. Now, the article ends with a realistic but hopeful note. It says, it might be an impossible dream. It's not going to be easy. It might be an impossible dream, but it's one definitely worth fighting for, if not for the atmosphere, for the air, for the planet, and also just for the whales. I mean, whales, they're great. They're big. They're smart.
Save the whales.
They're lovely. They sing.
Save the whales.
You know, tigers don't sing, but we save them.
Save the whales.
Save the whales.
And also stay tuned here for our What Do You Think question. Mike,
yes.
Is saving the whales a good solution to global warming? Why or why not?
I believe that if we save the whales, it could be a good solution to global warming because of everything we've learned in the article.
They're like big carbon-soaking sponges.
There you go. And also, whale watching. If you ever get to go out whale watching, do it. Seeing one of those massive beasts close by you and hearing it's the sound as it spouts its water, it's just amazing. It's a life-changing experience. So I would recommend a whale watching trip to anyone. Save the whales, don't eat them, save the planet, it's all good.
Save the whales.
Save the whales.
All right, folks, that's it for our lesson on saving the whales.
Yes.
We'll see you next time.
看完 看这2天的课文，我们了解到鲸鱼对地球未来健康是非常重要的。如果鲸鱼的数量可以增加到商业捕鲸之前的水准，那么每年可以捕获的碳估计有17亿吨哦。虽然这可能是遥不可及的梦想，可是还是值得我们去努力。我们最后来看单字 vital。vital 是形容极其重要的、不可或缺的。好，那Mike老师刚刚有大力推荐我们赏鲸活动，他说可以近距离看到这么庞大的生物，甚至有可能会看到它喷水，这绝对是毕生难忘的经验。老师有用到 spout 这个字 ，S-P-O-U-T，spout 可以指喷管或是喷嘴，那么当动词就有喷出、喷射的意思。好，那么以上是今天的讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。大家好，我是 Hanny， 欢迎收看我们的文法单元。今天要介绍的文法重点有2个，第一个是 despite 的用法，第二个是 worth 的用法。好，我们先来学 despite 的用法。despite 是介系词，它表示尽管、虽然，那就相当于 in spite of， 后面要接名词或动名词哦。要特别注意，不要把 despite 当连接词用去连接2个子句哦。那我们来看2个例句。Despite waking up late, he got to work on time. 虽然晚起床，但他还是有准时去上班。Despite his success, the actor kept his feet on the ground. 那位演员虽然有所成就，他还是脚踏实地，没有得意忘形，然后都用鼻孔看人这样子。好啦，我们最后来学 worth 的用法。第一种呢是表达值得或是具有什么什么的价值，那它的用法是 be worth 加上名词或动名词。例如 The book is worth reading， 这本书值得一看。The town is absolutely worth a visit， 那个城镇绝对值得造访。那第二个用法，它就是表达价值多少，值多少钱，用法是 be worth加上金额或是相关名词。例如 The old phone is worth $1,000 NT， 这只旧手机价值新台币1000元。好，那么以上是些重点整理，我们下次见了，拜拜。
Hello, everybody. Hello. 欢迎来到 English in Action.
I am Shane.
I am Holly. What is wrong with you?
Nothing. I'm perfect.
Okay. Well, okay.
Yeah.
今天的主题是什么？
我现在很忙
Okay.
So I can't tell you. 因为我太忙了。
Okay. All right. 所以你要找 inner peace， 是不是不要那么忙 ？Okay.
对。
好哦，那我们就去对话找一下 inner peace 吧。I know, but like this other day, it's like so like I don't know.
Can you please help me carry some of this stuff?
Sorry, I can't. I've got a lot going on right now.
Come on.
Sorry. Yeah. Oh, I know, but there's like the kids too.
Just because you're on your cell phone, that's not a lot going on right
It
now.
is. 我有朋友要跟我聊天，我真的很忙
好不要痛。
Anyway, I've got a lot going on right now. 就是我现在就真的
事情很多，
很多事情要做。对。
你看看真的是。What kind of friend are you, Holly? Okay, so you can say, I've got a lot going on right now, or you can say, I have a lot on my plate right now.
所以你盘子上有很多东西，所以你一次要吃很多东西。
这满着，没有办法再放东西了。
所以你要一直吃，一直吃，然后又不能满。
又要放东西，可是我真的没有办法，因为 I have a lot on my plate right now.
对，
不能再多了，
不能再多了，不能再放更多。还有呢
？I'm swamped right now.
OK, swamp 其实原本是沼泽的意思，可是你可能被淹没了的那一种感觉。
Yeah，
对，
没错，你没有办法动，因为就是动。我
被淹没了，我不能动。
I'm swamped right now.
好，没那么夸张。
Okay, if you have any problems with your English, even if you've got a lot going on right now, make a little bit of time for us. And
Yeah. 靠我们就对了。
I've got a lot going on right now.
I've got a lot going on right now.
I have a lot on my plate right now.
I have a lot on my plate right now.
I'm swamped right now.
I'm swamped right now.